Hi there, welcome to Blender Basics tutorial series. In this series, we are going to discuss the basic fundamentals of Blender 3D modeling software. Now, what is Blender? Blender is a 3D modeling software which is obviously free of cost. It is open source, and yeah, it has pretty much everything that you need for 3D modeling and animation. There are also some other features of Blender, but these are the main features of Blender, and most of the people use it for 3D modeling. Okay, so by default, when you open the Blender, you get to see a small cube added in your scene, a light source, and a camera. Okay, so on the left side you have a few options here: cursor, select box, move, rotate, scale, transform, annotate, and measure. But these last two options are we are not going to use them often, but these options we will be using them more often. Okay, so let's start with this gizmo on the top right corner. You can see this some blue, green, and red buttons here. By pressing this, you can switch to a specific angle, and you will have a view. You can see that in this view we have a checked scene. You have a checked pattern in your scene, and this basically acts as a floor in our 3D viewport. When we switch to a particular angle, you get to see it. By pressing this, you can hide the grid, and by pressing this, you can enable it again. Pressing this will move you to camera view. Alternatively, you can use the 0 key on your number pad to switch to the camera view, and press 0 again to exit, or simply move, you can exit the camera view. Now, to zoom in and out, you can use the scroll wheel of your mouse. To rotate, you just need to move your mouse. Okay, now to move in your 3D scene like this, you need to hold shift, right click, and move. Alternatively, you can use this and move. Now let's talk about some basic options that you get on your screen. Okay, so let's start from here. You have some, like pretty much any other application, you get to see a menu here: file, edit, render, window, and help. Okay, so we will not be using these more often, but let's come to the other options by which you can model your 3D objects. Okay, now here we have an object panel. You can you can see all of your objects in the scene using this, and you can click on one of these to select them. Now you can click on the collection and press select objects to select all of these. Alternatively, you can left click and drag to select them all. Remember, while selecting, you need to have this option, select box option, enabled.